New York cities well enough. All right, New Jersey and Oregon. Okay, if you go to either of those states, I remember the first time we went to Oregon, and my husband got out of the car at the gas station, and I go, oh, and a lady walked up to him and went, you can't pump your own gas. And it was funny because she was an older lady, and man, this lady had moxie, and she laid into him. And he stood there dumbfounded, like, well, why? I didn't even think to tell him, well, you can't do that. Anyway, the reason is, since 1949, it has been illegal in New Jersey for people to pump their own gas, and it's been illegal in Oregon since 1951, although Oregon did ease its state restrictions a little bit for rural towns in the area. So why can't you do this? Well, if you look at it, first, the full service thing was great. It was a great thing because back in the day, you wanted your oil changed, you wanted your windshield done, you wanted all of that, right? But that cost the gas stations money because they had to have somebody there who could do it. At the same time, though, they were making money off of us because we were getting our oil changed. We weren't just getting gas and that kind of thing. But now they say that the traditional full-service gas stations just lost their profit in automotive repairs, and they were forced to change the method of operation. So gas stations looked for ways to grow and profit, so they moved to this self-service thing. But you had then, in 1982, Oregon voters defeated a ballot measure to overturn the ban because they say that they like to go to the gas station and have somebody pump their gas. In New Jersey, the self-service ban, along with the state's reputation for low gas prices, is part of its culture. In fact, Jersey girls don't pump gas is a popular bumper sticker there. Really? Is that a thing? I mean, I know the ladies in Jersey have good nails. You really do, ladies. I don't know how you keep them that long. Maybe you're like, I don't want to, break a nail doing this. But anyway, it's just their thing. There's really not a good reason, solid reason behind it other than they like it. It got brought up to vote on, and they like it. There you go. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with ABC's Jim Ryan about how much you earn, and would you be okay with your boss having salary transparency, telling everybody what you make? Nick Paliocchini, what say you on that?
What do you mean? Do you make money here?
I know. I always say.
I sure don't.
I always come in and say, here's another day, another 49 cents.
Oh, exactly. I was going to say, 15 years, and if people really saw what we made here, they'd be so embarrassed for us.
Yes, exactly. That's what I say. I don't want anybody to know.
Oh, yeah, no, 100% on that one. So, yeah, but that's the truth. We love being here for you, the listeners.
Yes.
But obviously, our paychecks don't show anything like that one.
Not even a little.
Anyway. Checking the drive in the San Gabriel Valley, SGV through Montebello East and westbound along the 60 between Paramount Boulevard and San Gabriel Boulevard. Got major problems for you. Looks like it's down power lines and all lanes are shut down in both directions. Eastbound 60, passing tight from Wilcox. Westbound 60, you'll see delays off the 605. So far, so good for the 10 east and west as an alternate to the 60 east and westbound. That's going to be a little slow going westbound 10 from before Rosemead Boulevard as you make your way in stretches toward Alhambra and the 710, but we'll definitely save you some time this morning. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Paliocchini.
If you've listened to Handle on the Law for any length of time, you'll notice that I have never recommended a lemon law lawyer. Never found one I'm comfortable with until now. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. If you've bought or leased a car and gone back repeatedly for a car repair to no avail, you may have a lemon on your hands. And you have rights under the California lemon law. Every year, car manufacturers produce and sell cars that have real problems and you're stuck with them. Well, you can actually do something about it now. Call the Knight Law Group. They can help you get rid of your lemon and get your money back. And you don't pay anything out of pocket. Call for a free consultation. Call the Knight Law Group at 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON, or visit knightlaw.com. That's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
Paid spokesperson. Every case is different. Results vary. Courtesy of Roger Kiernos, Knight Law Group, LLP.
SoCal weather from KFI. Still hot. It looks like temperatures today might actually be a couple of degrees cooler than they were yesterday. That's because we have a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight into tomorrow. Again, very slight, but still it will bring the temperature down just a little bit. Otherwise, today's highs are going to be again in the 70s. At the coast, we'll be in the 80s, maybe eke into the 90s for Metro LA and OC, and we'll be in the 90s to right around 100 for the valleys in the IE. Thursday looks to be the coolest day this week, and then we'll get hotter again for the weekend. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. In 2022, where is your best chance at finding the appliances you need at the best price, in stock, and ready to deliver? WDC Kitchen and Bath Center. Go to WDCappliances.com, WDCappliances.com.
Check the mail for Valpak and you could be an instant winner. That's right, Custom Coupons is your chance to win big. From cash and gift cards to attraction and concert tickets, every month is something new with prizes for the whole family. Go ahead, open that blue envelope of savings to see if you've won. Because with Valpak Instant Win, there's nothing to buy or do to cash in. Just thousands of real winners winning real prizes. No strings attached. It pays to open Valpak. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Prizes are randomly inserted. See specially marked Valpak envelopes for details.
You just heard me give the weather forecast. It is going to be hot. Staying cool is going to be on everybody's mind. And what's the first thing you want when you're hot? A cold glass of water. You could get a clean, delicious glass of water from every faucet in your house if you had a LifeSource whole house water system. Filtered water from every single faucet. I mean, if you were hot and you were in the bathroom, you could go over to the bathtub and get yourself a glass of water. I love that it removes the chlorine and other harmful chemicals, or the harsh chemicals, I should say, from my water, because the way I bleach my hair, I don't need any more chemicals when I'm taking a shower. LifeSource whole house water systems use proprietary technology. They're completely maintenance-free, and that's why LifeSource is recognized as America's most recommended water system. Don't take it from me. There are people like Amy who are on LifeSourceWater.com who say things like, can we give this company more than 5 stars? You will not be disappointed with LifeSource, and she is right. So don't wait. Start your 5-star clean water experience today. And right now, in celebration of July 4th, LifeSource Water will pay your sales tax. You can take advantage of huge savings for a limited time, but this offer ends soon, so act today. Call LifeSource Water for hydrating, delicious water from every tap. Call 800-803-2696 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. That's 800-803-2696. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
There's a lot of COVID info out there, but not all of it's true. So it's important to remember the facts. Do COVID-19 vaccines give people the virus? Nope. It's actually the opposite. Vaccines teach our cells how to fight COVID-19. And just like other vaccines, COVID-19 boosters help keep our immunity strong. Share the facts, not the virus. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
This is Jacob Emrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
That's how we feel about people knowing our salaries. None of your business. We would be terribly embarrassed. We'll get into that with Jim Ryan in just a second. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. This will be interesting. The findings of this one. State lawmakers say they want to look into why gas prices are so high in California. Democratic Assembly Speaker Anthony Rendon announced the formation of a bipartisan committee yesterday to look into possible oil company price gouging. Republican leaders say gas prices are high because Democrats refuse to suspend the gas tax, which is just over 50 cents a gallon. And the woman accused of killing her 3 kids in Reseda has pleaded not guilty. Liliana Carrillo entered her plea yesterday. She told a TV station, KGET, last April she had to drown her kids to protect them. Carrillo told investigators her husband was involved in human trafficking, though no agency has ever actually confirmed that. Let's say good morning now to ABC's Jim Ryan. Jim, I don't know if the ABC radio salaries reflect what we've all been talking about this morning, but if our boss was to come to us and say, hey, in the spirit of salary transparency, I'm going to tell everyone how much you all make, we would scream no, because we would be mortified if people actually knew.
Because
It's an older company. You've been around a while. You know, you and I are of an age that you just didn't talk about that. You don't talk about politics or religion or your salary. Those three things you keep to yourselves, Jenny, even from some family members, I think. But there are companies that have decided to turn that around, Jen. Especially newer companies, those that have started up in the last 10, 12 years or so and have a younger payroll, younger people working for them. There's a company called Buffer, which is a social media marketing company, and it's kind of the prototype for all of this. Their compensation philosophy does call for transparency. It says, quote, we openly share our approach in all salaries to create trust, to hold ourselves accountable, and to serve as a resource for the industry, which that last one kind of makes sense. It lets you compare what this company is doing with what you can expect from other companies. And so that's part of the goal here. But yeah, if you go to their website, you'll see exactly what every one of the company makes, all 84, 85 employees around the world, from the CEO down to the production assistants.
And I like this. I do like the concept of it because especially when we've had so many concerns about equal pay across the board for women and men, this way you're going to see if the company is in fact holding up its side and making sure that there is equality in that department.
And that's exactly what Buffer, that's one of the goals there, is to ensure pay equity between men and women and among everybody on the staff. And so you're right. It depends upon the company philosophy. An older company that's accountable to a board of directors, they want to pay everyone as little as possible, right? And so they're not going to tell you what your coworkers are making because you might negotiate a higher salary. They don't want to do that, or based on your experience level. And so it's kind of a cultural thing, a shift that's happening in newer companies in the name of being open and transparent. And especially right now, this is a job seeker's market, Jen. If you want a job, you go out there in the workplace and you're looking at various positions and comparing them. The salary is going to be a key component there of those positions.
I know maybe a month ago, we were doing a story on employers in California that could soon have to include salary ranges in their job ads, and they said that would be a game changer when it came to pay transparency. I would love to see that though too, because how often have people actually gone to a job interview and you really like it and then they push you the number, here you go, it's going to be $50,000. And you're like, oh my gosh, I thought it was going to be way more than that. Now you've gone through the whole process. You've wasted the potential employer's time as well. If you had known that up front, maybe you would or wouldn't have ever even gone in for that job interview in the first place.
Well, exactly right. And if you're not the greatest negotiator, I'm a terrible negotiator, and I don't want to sit there and be uncomfortable in meeting with my boss or potential boss and talk about, I hate doing that. A lot of people do, but I think younger folks, my 23-year-old son doesn't mind doing that at all. Doesn't mind sharing his salary among his coworkers. They don't have a policy about it, but I think younger people are kind of okay with this.
Yeah, I think it is. It's definitely a sea change when it comes to kind of the thinking in this. I will say, though, for radio, that the pay, I feel, is equal across the board, men or women. It sucks. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's just crappy. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not embarrassment because you're making so much money, because you're making so little. Oh, the stories I could tell, Jim.
You and I both. All right, Jim, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
See you.
See you later. That is ABC's Jim Ryan. I remember, it's a great story. I remember once, I got a job when I was 24 as the news anchor in San Francisco. What the hell were they thinking? You're going to make me the morning news anchor of the number 4 market, the number 1 station in the number 4 market. All right. So I sit down, and we're about to negotiate salary. My boss at the time, whom I love to this day, had my new co-anchor's contract sitting right there on his desk. All I had to do was read the damn thing upside down, and I could see how much my co-anchor was making. So when he said to me, Jennifer, we'd love to have you do mornings here, and, here's what we'd like to give you. I said, that's hilarious, because I know what my co-anchor makes. And he makes way more than that. And he said, well, he's got 20 years experience on you. I said, you're right. which also means that he's got 20 years experience on you, which means he's probably closer to retirement. So shouldn't you make an investment in the one who's going to probably be here for a while? Just saying. I ended up getting $40,000 more. $40,000, which in radio is like doubling your money. Let's be honest. But anyway, it's true. If you do know the other person's salary, you do have an opportunity to make it more equitable, which is awesome. But like Jim said, would I have had the guts to actually say anything when I went in there if I didn't have that information with me? Heck no. I'm not a good negotiator. Absolutely not. But I don't know. So I do think now, from an embarrassment side, I would not want any of you to know what we actually make. But on the other side of it, if I was negotiating, heck yeah, I would absolutely want everybody to know. So we'll see. We'll see if that's the way that things are from now on. Let's get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Well, let's see. Let me get back to this one. Here we go. We've got a brush fire in the Hollywood Hills that's been stopped by firefighters. This one broke out about 9:40 last night. It burned an acre. There were about 100 firefighters with the help of dropping helicopters who were able to put out the fire in a little over an hour and a half. Firefighters stayed at the scene overnight. 3 years of safety renovations at the OC Superior Court will push tens of thousands of non-jury civil cases to a temporary court in Costa Mesa. Court CEO David Yamaski says the goal is to keep the courts running during the $58 million project.
To maintain civil operations, criminal operations, and all we simply would be doing is just moving them in different areas of the court while the refurbishment is conducted.
State legislators have sent Governor Newsom a bill that would prevent police from arresting people for loitering for prostitution. Democratic Senator Scott Wiener sent the bill yesterday. The legislature passed it 9 months ago. The bill's supporters say the loitering arrests unfairly target Black and Latino women. A Russian government spokesperson says 2 American veterans captured by Russian-backed separatists earlier this month may face the death penalty. Dmitry Peskov says it will be up to a court in Russia to decide what happens to the men who fought alongside Ukrainian forces. He says they were involved in illegal activities and should be punished. Brittany Griner says a phone call scheduled through the U.S. Embassy in Moscow to her wife in Phoenix never got through. Griner says her call from Russia, where she's being held as a prisoner, was supposed to be patched through to the embassy over the weekend. She later learned the reason her 11 attempted calls went unanswered because there was no staff on duty at the embassy on weekends. You've got to be kidding me. The U.S. government has apologized. So it's not like she just said, hey, there was no staff on duty. No, the U.S. government apologized. So basically we said, yeah, Brittany Griner, you're right. A couple of sheriff's deputies in Florida have been suspended for about 2 weeks over